Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizano, and you're listening to another episode of the world famous University Love, the best podcast in 1, 2, 3 galaxies. But, ladies and gentlemen, you and I, we just call this show Online Marketing Moves. We are coming to you live today, everybody. Today, stand up straight, stick your chest out, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to talk about winning, 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 okay? Don't like the way we play that way, then don't play that way. All right? Break. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get right into it. As I told you, one of my favorite clips is a short clip. It's of the great Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan is, over the years, I like Michael Jordan. I watched him play basketball when I was a kid. It was quite the experience. I don't watch a lot of basketball anymore. Don't watch a lot of sports anymore. But one thing about it, Michael Jordan, he brought it every day. He brought it every game. He was relentless on the court. The guy was an absolute winner. And we just talk about basketball. We're not talking about people and how they were perceived and all this and all that. I'm sure, some people that play sports are great people. Some people are probably not. We are talking strictly sports today. We're talking the mentality that you need in business and in life sometimes, ladies and gents. And so, Michael Jordan and his documentary, The Last Dance, which if you don't even watch basketball, you don't even have to watch basketball. It's a great glimpse inside the mentality of what you got to do to win. Do you need to make friends? No, but you want to win sometimes. Would you like to be a nice guy, a nice person when you're winning? Of course, but sometimes being a leadership, you can't always be everybody's buddy. It's just the way it is, okay? And I was watching, and Michael Jordan, his teammates was like, sometimes he was, And towards the end of the documentary, Michael Jordan, he's sitting there, and he's reflecting, and he's like, "Hey, I didn't. One thing about me, I didn't ask them guys to do nothing that I didn't fucking do, And hey, I was like, whoa. And then he was sitting there. You could see the emotion coming back, and the guy about to have tears in his eyes, and he's like, and he probably was thinking to himself, man, I had to cuss out a lot of people, and because sometimes when you are on a team, doesn't matter what kind of team, and listen, I listen, I'm a parent, okay, and 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 my daughter's 3. My daughter's 3.5 today, matter of fact. January 31st, 2025. My baby's 3.5 years old. And me and my wife, we have these discussions sometimes, and you see your child, and you see the development, and they're at a point, and they're starting to do things, and you know that they can do more, and so you you press them a little more, not you're not you want because you want them. I want my daughter to be the absolute best that she can be. I know, is she gonna be great at everything? Of course not. But you want your child, or you want people to give you the best effort that they possibly can. You don't want. I remember when I would play basketball, my coach used to have us running, and sometimes I would lollygag, and he'd say, "Man, run again, run again. You should be in the front of the line. Run again, run again." And you look back on it, you're like, man, he probably was right, And you just because you know, trees, they have, certain trees can grow a certain height, but as people, we sometimes we don't grow as we should. There's greatness in all of us, and a lot of times we don't max out our greatness. And so sometimes you get on the team, and people see the greatness in you, and they're like, let me try to pull it out of this person. And sometimes, ladies and gents, you can't always be nice. You can't always be the good cop. Sometimes you have to just do stuff and draw greatness out of people. And they ain't gonna like you, but you gotta do it. And so for you, ladies and gentlemen, you have to be sometimes, when you're an entrepreneur and you are self and it's just you on an island, you have to pull the shit out of yourself. Okay. You have to be like, hey, let's go, let's get up. I mean, I recorded 800 some episodes of this podcast and I love it. And there are some every now and then some days I'm like, I don't want to do it. And I said, you know what? Shut up. Let's get up and let's get to it, And it's just the way it is. And the more you do that, and the better off you will be, okay? The more you tell yourself, hey man, I really gotta get this thing going. I really gotta get this thing started. The more you do that, the better off you will be. Okay? It's it's a lot sometimes. It's a lot of work. It's hard. And nobody's and because now the problem with people is because they want to film everything and they want you to see everything they're doing. It's like, get to it, just do it. If you got to practice, practice. If you want to be a writer, write every day. Nobody has to see everything that you write. Write. If you want to be a podcaster, practice. Try to get on other people's podcasts. Practice. 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 Nobody's watching. You want to have a six pack. Work out, man. Work out. Nobody's gonna be like, oh, nobody cares about you at the end of the day more than you. And so, if you're gonna be a winner, you have to say, hey, what am I gonna do to drive this? What am I gonna do to drive myself, drive this boat, and drive my situation on home? What can I do personally? Nobody's gonna come along and say, hey guy, I see you. I think you're great. Let me give you $5 million. Nobody's gonna say that. Okay? Nobody. Trust me. I've been waiting. Nobody showed up yet. Okay? And so there's a mentality that you need to have that you must do that my ears itching. There's a mentality that you just gotta be like, hey, I you know, if you want something bad enough, sometimes you have to just have blind, just say, I am not looking, I am going straight forward, and that is it. I remember I wanted to be with my wife. Me and my wife, we had a major falling out, okay? Major falling out. My wife did not like me. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. My wife did not like me at the time. She was not my buddy, okay? And I told myself, I said, I know she loves me. She don't like me, but she loves me. And I said, I'm going to do everything I can to win her over. If it works, it works. If it don't, then it don't. I can't say I didn't make the effort. So I said, this is what we're gonna do, and I just got started. And my wife was not hearing that at first. She was not. She didn't want to hear nothing I had to say. I would text her, try to call. It was a lot of nothing. I just kept on and kept on. It's I just kept on and kept on. Finally, she opened the door a little bit. Finally, she opened the door a little bit. She cracked the door open, and I said, "Okay, we got a shot." And I asked her. I said, "Hey, you want to go to a basketball game?" She rolled her eyes. She said, "Okay." And and on the way to the game, she said we was talking, and blah blah blah. And the ice melted a little bit. Still was, hey. But what I'm telling you is, I say all that to say, hey, we are married now. It all worked out. But what I'm saying is, when you have a determination sometimes, and it was not like I didn't know my wife. We knew each other. We had a nice relationship. Things went south, but we said, hey, I think we can make this work, and here we are. And it's like, I write poetry, and I tell myself, I'm like, I'm gonna publish a book. What can I do? And then I thought to myself, I just gotta keep writing these damn poems. I can't be like, hey, I'm a poet. I want to write a poetry book, and somebody's gonna be like, hey, Bucko, here you go, #1 seller. No, what I have to do is write every day. I 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 do the shit at nauseam. Okay, right. I record podcasts every day. I say, I'm gonna get myself out of the truck, and I'm gonna get away from truck driving. So I do the necessary things that I have to do. You know, 3/4 of the way out of there. Couple more steps, boom, shut the door, boom, that's it. I know where I want to go. You know where you want to go. It's up to you. What do you want to do? Okay. And sometimes people are gonna come and they're gonna want to help you out, and you want greatness out of them. You say, hey, this is my show. I want great things out of you. This is part of being a leader. This is part of being a leadership. You say, hey, we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go. I need the best out of you. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, before I go, make sure you go to this, because today is the last day. Make sure you go to www.magicmind.com/TONYJAN. That's www.magicmind.com/TONYJAN. Magic Mind. They have things that can help you be great as well, help you focus in the morning, and they have the afternoon. They have the sleep elixir at night that you can take, and it will help you. You will perform better. You will do things better. You will grow. Okay. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. We'll be back with all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony Rizzano. Thank you for listening. God bless each and every one of you. And as always, everybody, peace. Break.